Should you buy a home in Utah if you can afford it? Yes, you should. Historically, buying a home sooner rather than later saves you more money. And you can afford it comfortably and still, have fun with your family and still buy food for your family, do it. If you're going to struggle with that, don't do it. Like, you got to make a financial decision here. You don't want to be house poor. That kind of stuff sucks. So don't do that. Ultimately, as long as you own a home, whether it's your starter home, like a condo or a townhome, or you own like your middle of the road home, like you could totally live there for 5 more years or 10 more years. Like, yeah, sure, you might want a bigger home, but you don't need it. It's totally fine. You just want to own a home. That's the biggest thing. When people say there's an affordability crisis, there is and there isn't. A lot of people can't afford a home right now, but a lot of people can as well, because we're starting to see prices go up. No matter what the market's like, there's always going to be people buying and selling homes. And what happens is if we have more people buying than more people selling, prices go up. If we have more people selling than more people buying, prices go down. And we're going to see what's going on with this affordability crisis if we start seeing more sellers than there are buyers. That's when there's going to be like the breaking point of, okay, this is where the affordability gets out of hand. Like, nobody can afford homes, right? Right now, even first-time home buyers that don't have a home to sell to put down money are buying homes. There's so many ways to buy homes and make it affordable, like rate buy down options and down payment assistant options, that buying a home is honestly easy. Now, making the payments is a different story. Like I said, if you cannot make the payments on a home, don't buy a home. Like right now, if you're buying a home, it's going to be more than renting. Like, you're going to be spending more money per month than renting. But here's the deal. And with buying, sure, you have a 7% interest rate, and sure, like $500,000 home, your payments are going to be like $3,500 a month. But here's the deal. You're going to get appreciation, whether you're getting it in a year or whether you're getting it in 5 years. You're going to have appreciation. And if we're going off that 5% number, in 5 years, you're going to have $125,000 extra than you did before, okay? With renting, okay, let's say your payments are $2,500 a month, okay? Yeah, like your payments are less, your monthly payments are less, but guess what? If you wait 5 years, you're going to spend more money on that new home anyway. And guess what? That entire time, your rent has been increasing. It's going up $100 a month. $100 is $100. That sucks, okay? Nobody likes that. It's increasing. Also, 100% interest rate. You've heard that probably. Like, none of that money comes back to you when you sell, okay? You get zero appreciation. You're paying off your landlord's mortgage and giving him some extra money. He's appreciating. His home is increasing 5% a year. That's pretty cool, right? And you're getting none of that. And then when you have to go buy a home in 5 years, you got to spend an extra $125,000 that you didn't have to before. Okay. And guess what? Even with interest rates the way they are right now, if and when they come down, whether they're coming down to 6%, 5%, or 4%, you're able to refinance and reduce your payments. Buying a home is important. Buying your first home is the most important. Here's the deal. With affordability, I feel like there's going to be a point where if you do not own a home in Utah in a couple of years, unless you're making a lot of money, you will not own a home in Utah. We're getting to a point where it's kind of turning into a California situation where, yes, home prices are out of control. Like in California, you get a shack for like $900,000 and it's bonkers. I don't understand it, but that's just kind of how it is. And I feel like it's going to be very similar to that in Utah, where the people who are buying homes, like in California, is the people who bought a home 10 years ago, have $500,000 worth of equity, and can buy a $900,000 home pretty easily, even though they don't make very much money or as much as they should to be able to afford or qualify for a $900,000 mortgage. But because they have equity in their home, they're able to offset that payment. That is what I feel like is going to happen. Like if you look in Silicon Slopes, it's a very similar growth that we saw in like Silicon Valley. Very similar. And I don't think that's going to stop, because what happens is in California, they're starting to implement a lot of laws. Now, regardless of how you are politically, starting a business in California is not the best play, because you're getting taxed like crazy. All of the tech companies that started over there are starting to move now because they're getting taxed like crazy. They're starting to move in other places. Now, whether they're moving in Utah or wherever, it doesn't really matter, but a lot of places are moving to Utah, okay? Because of our laws, tax system, it's very beneficial to start a business here. And a lot of tech companies are moving to Utah, and they're moving to Lehigh. And that's actually where I'm buying all my real estate. Is it going to be the highest appreciating city in the next 2 years? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Is it going to be in the next 10, 15 years? For sure. And if you're buying real estate, if it's for an investment, you need to be looking that far ahead. You cannot buy real estate looking for overnight success. You have to intend to hold on to it for years and years and years. That's just how wealth is made in real estate. So that is my 2 cents. Hope this helps. I appreciate your time. Thank you guys for watching. And I want you guys to please follow me on social media. Okay, so follow me on Instagram. I'll put up my Instagram right here. It's Alex Jimenez, spelt with an H. So alex.jimenez. Follow me, because every time I have a podcast, I'm going to be sending out a story or something asking for any questions. So if I have a guest on, I'll tell you who my guest is and what they do. If you have any questions, those are going to be the first things on the podcast, or the questions. Okay. So please follow me on social media if you want your questions answered. If not, don't do it. If you want to see what my life is like, feel free to follow. But yes, so I'm going to be very consistent with these. I will be doing market updates. I will be doing videos like these. I will be having guests on. So make sure you guys subscribe too. And like I said, if there's anything you guys don't like about the podcast, please let me know. I want to make sure the quality and value is there so you guys can continue to watch. Okay. Thank you for your time.